Hey everyone, it's Triple Mango Threat. This series is all about mango decks. Mango decks are built with each card less than the price of a mango in the US, which is 98 cents. The commander is not included in the mango deck pricing, but the rest of the 99 cards will all be 98 cents or less based on the TCG price. So you can imagine the challenge of making a mango deck would be. I can't wait to show you what I built. Let's jump right into the episode. Hey everyone, it's Triple Mango Threat. Today we're going over a Dragon Tribal deck, and that means a lot of combat. You can get this deck for $11.47, which is insane, and it's even cheaper than the new Commander decks that were recently released. You can check out my upgrade videos if you did happen to purchase those decks. Okay, on with the Dragon Tribal deck. Our commander is Atarka, World Render. For 5, a red and a green, we have a 6/4 with flying and trample. He gives our dragons double strike, which is really going to give us a huge advantage when it comes to playing our dragons, and it just really encourages Dragon Tribal. For those who don't know, Dragon Tribal can be really expensive, but I managed to get the price down to $11, and it's a mango deck, so each card is less than 98 cents. Even the commander is below the mango price, which you'll come to find out is pretty rare. We're going to need a lot of mana to cast our huge dragons, so let's get into the mana rocks that we'll be using. Atarka Monument, Gruul Cluestone, Gruul Locket, and Mana Geode. The colored mana we get from these mana rocks are always important, but in this deck, just having a lot of mana is really important so we can add colorless mana rocks like Fountain of Ichor and Orazca Relic. And if we really wanted to, we could always use their abilities, but we really just want the mana they give us. We even have enchantments that give us more mana, like Fertile Ground, Gift of Paradise, New Horizons, and Verdant Haven. Like I said before, mana is super important and we're going to need a ton of it. With all the mana in the world, we can use that mana to start removing our opponent's threats with Appetite for the Unnatural, Destructive Revelry, Natural End, and Naturalize. Taking care of our opponent's artifacts and enchantments is super important because if they have very powerful spells, we're going to need to take care of them in order for us to have a chance against them. As for the board wipes, they're not very powerful and will only hopefully affect our opponents and not us. Cosmotronic Wave, Gruul Charm, and Magma Quake. It's not a lot of damage, I get that, but we can take care of our opponent's 1/1 tokens, or even make them unable to block with Cosmotronic Wave. And we're going to hit for a ton of damage, assuming our opponents had flying creatures, because now they're not going to be able to block our flying creatures anymore. Drawing cards is really great for any deck, so of course we're going to have to talk about Cathartic Reunion, Garruk's Pack Leader, Harmonize, and Tormenting Voice. We can draw cards by discarding them, or by having our creatures enter the battlefield with power 3 or greater, which is extremely likely in this deck. Okay, now on to the fun part, which is the dragons. We have some basic dragons that, face value, are not very impressive, but remember, our commander gives our dragons double strike, so they'll be doing twice as much damage. So let's talk about Dragon Hatchling, Dragon Whelp, Hellkite Hatchling, and Opportunistic Dragon. Dragon Hatchling is actually really cool because he has an ability that gives him +1 power for 1 red. And initially this seems really bad, but in all reality, our commander makes it where it's actually a +2 when he's on the battlefield. And this is for 1 red, which is really good. Opportunistic Dragon can steal an opponent's human or artifact, and it loses its abilities, which kind of stinks because we can't use it, but neither can our opponents, which is very important. Some of the beefy dragons we have are Herd Chaser Dragon, Shockmaw Dragon, Stormwing Dragon, and Ancient Hellkite. These are our more expensive dragons when it comes to CMC, but these guys will do work, especially when they're doing double the damage when our commander is on the battlefield. Or paying mana to take out all 1/1 creatures our opponents control can be devastating to them. One of my favorite dragons ever, and even outside of this deck, is Dragon Mage. If you've seen most of my content, you know I love to draw cards, and Dragon Mage does just that. When he hits a player, everyone does a Wheel of Fortune effect. So we discard our hand and draw a new 7 cards. This can seem bad at first, but card draw is so important in the deck, and with more cards, there's always more dragons to be cast. There are non-dragon creatures in the deck, like Llanowar Elves, Fierce Empath, Kenra Charioteer, and Krosan Drover. Fierce Empath is a cheap tutor for a creature with CMC 6 or greater, and it has 12 targets to get that are 6 or greater, so I thought this would be a great inclusion, especially if we need to end the game, we can get some crazy stuff. Kenra Charioteer gives our creatures trample, which is so cool if our opponents do happen to have, 1/1 flyers to block with, we can still overwhelm them. Crossendora can be really useful to our creature spells CMC 6 and up, causing them to cost 2 colorless mana less, and this also affects our commander, so we could end up paying 5 mana for our commander, which can be really insane. So we can close out the game with Crash Through and Overrun. Giving our creatures trample and +3/+3 is literally 6 more damage per creature with our commander. So if you love combat decks or Dragon Tribal, this is the one for you. If you do purchase the deck, be sure to use the TCG link below. By using this link, you really help support this channel. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment below to let me know what you think of this mango deck and if you want to see more of them. Thank you all for your continued support. We're currently at 441 subscribers and on our way to 500. We would love to have you join us for more budget deck techs. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.